I'm Admiral Brad Cooper, Commander of U.S. Central Command, here in the Middle East with our 50,000 service members to provide my 6th update on Operation Epic Fury. Now in our 5th week of the campaign, it is my operational assessment that we are making undeniable progress in eliminating Iran's ability to project power in meaningful ways outside its borders. We don't see their Navy sailing, we don't see their aircraft flying, and their air defense and missile defense systems have largely been destroyed.
At 0300 hours, Iran's radar net over the Strait of Hormuz didn't just fail, it vanished. While F-35 pilots were blinding Tehran's sensors from 30,000 feet, Navy SEALs were already on the beach. To understand what was at stake here, you need to understand what Iran had built along this coastline. The Strait of Hormuz is only 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Roughly 20% of the world's oil passes through it every single day. Iran had turned that choke point into a kill zone. We're talking layered air defense, S-300 PMU-2 batteries, their homegrown Bavar 373 system, advanced anti-ship missile launchers, and a network of radar stations feeding them all real-time data. Commercial tankers had effectively stopped moving. Insurers were pulling out. The global oil market was watching every hour. The mission wasn't optional. The Strait had to be reopened. Central Command's solution was a two-pronged strike, designed to blind the system before destroying it. That's where the F-35 and the SEALs come in together. The operation launched from two locations simultaneously. At Naval Base Coronado, SEAL teams were already in the briefing room at 200. At Hill Air Force Base in Utah, F-35 pilots and ground crews were brought to immediate combat readiness. At Coronado, Lieutenant Commander Ryan Hale stood in front of a digital map of the Hormuz coastline, missile sites, radar towers, underground command bunkers all marked out. The brief was direct: insert by sea, mark the targets, designate with lasers. The F-35s do the heavy work. Go in silent, hit hard, exfil before they can react. Meanwhile in Utah, the weapons teams were moving fast. JP-8 fuel lines connected. GBU precision-guided bombs loaded into internal bays. Air-to-ground missiles mounted on external pylons. Every arming pin checked, every electrical connection tested. Jet after jet brought to combat readiness. Then came the insertion. MH-47. Chinooks lifted the SEAL teams into the night. Fast boats raced across the Gulf toward the rocky coastline. At the same moment, waves of F-35 Lightning IIs roared off the runway, accompanied by KC-46 Pegasus tankers for mid-air refueling over the long mission profile. The SEALs hit the coast silently, grappling hooks, silent ascent rigs. Within minutes, all elements were in position along the cliffs above the Iranian battery sites, without raising a single alarm. They activated their laser designators, painting the targets, missile launchers, radar arrays, command bunkers. High overhead, the F-35 pilots received the targeting data in real time. The first strikes hit at exactly 0317. Precision-guided munitions streaked down, guided by the lasers on the ground. Iranian missile batteries erupted in massive fireballs. Radar towers collapsed. Underground bunkers were sealed shut by shaped charge precision. The F-35s made multiple passes, wave after wave, while the SEALs continued marking new targets and sending back battle damage assessment. The strike phase lasted less than 40 minutes. The results were overwhelming. By the time the first light hit the Gulf, the picture had changed completely. Multiple long-range anti-ship missile systems destroyed. Key radar coverage gone. The Iranian command lost those capabilities in a single night. The SEAL teams exfiltrated quietly, bringing with them captured intelligence materials and 2 high-value IRGC officers. The MH-47 Chinooks and fast boats cleared the coast. F-35s rendezvoused with their KC-46 tankers and turned for home. Back at the forward base in the UAE, the aircraft touched down as C-17 Globemasters arrived from the United States, carrying additional personnel and equipment. These soldiers stepped onto the tarmac for the first time, looked out at the desert heat and the distant Gulf, and understood this was now home for the duration of the campaign. The first convoys of oil tankers that had been holding offshore began moving within hours. Under American air and naval protection, the Strait of Hormuz took its most significant step toward reopening since Operation Epic Fury began. Admiral Cooper's assessment, delivered to Central Command, undeniable progress. Iran's ability to project power outside its borders significantly degraded. Their navy is not sailing. Their aircraft are not flying. And their coastal defenses? They no longer look the same. So here's the strategic question I want to leave you with, because this is where it gets complicated. Iran has lost its coastal kill zone. The Strait is opening, but Tehran still has options. Proxy forces in Iraq and Yemen, ballistic missile reserves, cyber capabilities. The question isn't whether they respond, it's how, where, and when. In the next briefing, I'll be breaking down exactly what an Iranian retaliation could look like, the most likely scenarios, the red lines, and what US and allied forces are positioning for right now. If you want that briefing the moment it drops, subscribe and hit the bell. If you think I missed something in this analysis, drop it in the comments. I read everyone. This is Battlefield Brief. Stay sharp. Stay